Well, yeah, I just fought a tiger, but today, ladies and gentlemen, I will be saying my Serie A predictions 2022-2023 in the biggest video of the summer preseason. If you're buzzing for this, if you're curious to see where Roma is placed in my ranking, if you're curious to see who will win the league, if you're curious to see who will be relegated, make sure to smash the like button in this video and subscribe to the channel if I am new in front of your screen. Let's try and get 5,000 subscribers by the start of the season. Would be absolutely amazing. And without further ado, let's get cracking. Starting off with 20th position, obviously, I have gone with a newly promoted team who, unlike the two other newly promoted teams, has invested zero money. That I'm aware of, they've only bought one player which is new to their team. And this player is the son of Di Francesco, the manager which brought Roma in a Champions League semi-final in 2018. They need to invest in more players if they want to try and save themselves. Right now, 2 weeks before the start of the Serie A, it's looking pretty bad for Lecce. And I'm sorry to say, but I need to go with 20th position for our red and yellow derby. 19th, I've gone with Cremonese. Now, Cremonese lack experience. The last time they were in a Serie A was 54 years ago, and now they're a very young team. Obviously, they really aren't aware of all the teams, how to fight, and potentially how to stay safe. So they definitely lack experience. But in compared to Lecce, they have invested in money. They have bought a player, which when I saw this, I was in shock. They bought Cyril Dessers, which is the guy who was the top scorer in the Conference League and played the Conference League final against us. If they buy, and if they continue to buy these players like Dessers, complete a good attacking side, I think Cremonese, I'm not saying they will be safe, because you need a lot of experience to do so, but you definitely not get 20, which you're probably saying, who cares? It means a lot, especially for your fans and for your pride. And the third relegated side, I hate to say it, I have gone with La Spezia. They are a team which have been saving themselves for the last couple of years. They know how to save themselves. They know how to grab points against top clubs. They did so against AC Milan away at San Siro, grabbing a 2-1 win. They know how to do so. They can fight and have a lot of experience when it comes to saving themselves. Thiago Motta has left and now they have a completely different manager. They have bought a few good signings. They brought the Napoli goalkeeper Meret on a loan, and they have also signed on loan Maldini's son. I think, however, and I hate to say it, this won't be enough. I think La Spezia, after so many years of battling, after so many years of fighting, will unfortunately get back down in the Serie B. I hate to say it, Spezia fans, but this year, it will be your turn to do so. 18th for La Spezia. 17th, I've gone with Sampdoria. Sampdoria need a reaction this season because last season they were very close in getting relegated. Up to now, 2 weeks before the Serie A, I'll be honest, things aren't looking too good. They're one step away from buying our player Villar on loan. However, they sold top quality players like Damsgaard to Brentford. Overall, the transfer market in this summer has been extremely poor. The big reason of why I think Sampdoria is failing in these last couple of years is because of their manager, Gianpaolo. They always get him back. He's been the Sampdoria manager for the third time now. They sack him and they get him back. They sack him and they get him back. That does not work. Sampdoria is living a very tough moment. And if they don't buy other players, their reaction will not be enough. And their fans will be very disappointed. Very close to relegation once again, but not quite. Because I think they have experience. 17th for Sampdoria. 16th, I've gone with Empoli. The player who carried this team to 14th position last season, Pinamonti, is gone. The manager who brought this team 14th, which is good for this team, has been sacked. I'm not sure what the Empoli presidents, the Empoli ownerships are thinking because they're going nuts. They have sold their biggest player and have sacked a really good manager who used to manage Roma as well. They bought Destro to replace Pinamonti, and I'll be honest with you, the replacements have not been good. I think they're gonna risk it for the biscuit, but they will not get relegated. They bought a new manager, which used to be the Venezia manager, and I think this complete change of philosophy, new manager, new players, it will take them time to adapt, and I think it will stick around. But their replacements had to be better. 16th for Empoli. Next up, 15th, I've gone with Salernitana, and this is a good position for Salernitana. Why? Because they need to build on what they achieved at the end of last season. You know, they hired Nicola as the manager, and he changed the mentality of every single player. At the end of the season, Salernitana was the most fit, the most informed team of the entire league. If he can stick with that mentality from the very start and not wait until the last 3 game weeks, he's not going to risk anything. They bought some very interesting players like Botheim from Bodo Glimt, like Sambia, and I think it's going to be a solid season for Salernitana. 15th position, be proud of it. I really like how this team is going. 14th position, I've gone with a team which you wouldn't expect. I've gone with Torino. Now, one word to describe Torino right now, it's chaos. It's a complete confusion state in that team. A few days ago, there have been leaked footages of Juric, the Torino manager, having a violent fight with the general director, which is responsible of the transfer market. He's not happy with the players. Belotti and Bremer, the 2 clear best players, have left, and no replacements have come. You know, Torino have just bought Lazaro, ex-Inter Milan and ex-Borussia Mönchengladbach player, but that is not enough. And Juric is putting the pressure, and if Juric doesn't get satisfied, unfortunately, I think he'll leave. Right now, 2 weeks before the league, Torino are living a very, very, very bad moment. And that is why I think this season it will be a failure for them. 14th for Torino. 13th, I've gone with Bologna. The big reason of why Bologna, in my opinion, will never be close to relegation is because the mentality of their manager. Sinisa Mihajlovic has been diagnosed 2 times with leukemia cancer and is a warrior, and he has established that mentality to all of these players. These players are playing for the life of their manager, and that spirit, that mentality, that philosophy will never put them close to relegation. Bologna are interested in some very interesting players like Shomurodov, our player like Ilicic from Atalanta. If they can manage to get some of these players, maybe 1 or 2 of these strategic players, I think it will be a very successful season for Bologna. But the most important thing is a massive good luck to Sinisa Mihajlovic. 13th, proud of Bologna. 12th, I've gone with Udinese. Classic team which never impressed but somewhat never get close to relegation. They have sold some very big players. Molina gone to Atletico Madrid. Udogie is apparently very close in joining Tottenham Hotspur. It's gonna be a tough season for Udinese. They need to fight, they have a new manager and all of this. But you know what? I think Deulofeu, if he stays, he's been linked with Napoli and a lot of big clubs. If he stays, he's gonna carry this team to success. Udinese have got the same ownership as Watford, and they keep on exchanging players, and the second you bring some players from the Premier League into the Serie A, that is massive success. 12th position for Udinese, middle of the table, nothing to worry about, nothing to look forward to. Relax for the season. Udinese never seem to get close to relegation. 11th position, Sassuolo. I expected them to go higher, but it all depended on the transfer market. Scamacca gone to West Ham. Raspadori asked to be sold, with Juventus and Napoli both sitting on the window ready to buy him. Berardi apparently is very close on leaving. Sassuolo are living a tough period. They're selling most of their big players. In fact, their biggest 3 players, 2 of them have left, 1 of them apparently could potentially leave. But it's kind of their philosophy, right? They grow young players, they build a solid team, and then they invest by selling these players and grabbing a lot of money. That is the spirit of Sassuolo. So obviously it takes time to regrow, it's the start of a new cycle, and this season I think they will drop down, but it won't take that much time for Sassuolo to grow a few other players and be back where they were last season. 11th position for Sassuolo, it's completely normal, and I think they'll benefit from it. 10th position, I've gone with Verona. Much of Verona's position will depend upon Simeone and if he leaves or if he stays. If he leaves, it's gonna be bad because Caprari already left and has gone to Berlusconi. So you see, if Verona start losing these big pieces of this massive puzzle, right now, 2 weeks before the start of the season, they haven't even booked good replacements, they're gonna drop down. But I have faith and I think Simeone will stay at Verona. That's why I think he'll carry the team, but still, they need some good replacements. If Simeone, Caprari stayed and Verona had bought some good replacements, I think Verona would be a team which would fight for Conference League. But right now, they haven't impressed me in the transfer market, and they're a team which need good quality players to drag it in high positions. Simeone, if he stays, 10th position for Verona. 9th position, 9th position, 9th position. It's the Berlusconi game. They have bought Sensi, Caprari, Pessina, Pablo Mari, ex-Arsenal player. There are links with Mauro Icardi, ex-Inter and current PSG player. That is what Berlusconi does. That is why Berlusconi is the 5th richest person in the country, who now is also doing some things which are linked with politics in Italy. He's got a lot of things in his mind, and he's like 88 years old, but he's rich, and the money is what counts. Berlusconi is proud of what he's built with Monza, and I'll be honest with you, Monza need to be more confident about themselves and point for Conference League, because they can do so. You know, they were a Serie A team 3 years ago, and what did Berlusconi say? Next season, I will bring my Monza in the Serie B. And next season, he was in the Serie B. 2 years ago, he said, I'm in the Serie B. Now, I want to bring my club, my Monza, into the Serie A. And where is he now? He's in the Serie A. At the start of this season, he said, next objective is bringing Monza in the Champions League. And following this pattern, everyone should close their eyes and be scared of this club. The only thing which suggests to me that they will get 9th and will not get Conference League is because experience. Obviously, they still are a newly promoted club, and that will affect them, but still. 9th position for Monza is equivalent to winning the bloody league. 8th position, I've gone with Fiorentina. They bought Luka Jovic, they bought Galini in goal. You can feel the economic power of Fiorentina's president, Commisso, another American lad. I think Fiorentina have got potentials, have got the rights of focusing and potentially even giving a good old wish to Europa League. But the reason why I think they'll be 8th and therefore out of the European Cups is because obviously they will be playing in the Conference League, and they're going to focus on the Conference League as well as the Serie A. You know, the Conference League is a sort of reward. They fought for Conference League, now they're going to enjoy the Conference League. So 8th position, because despite the players they have, the players they bought, and the money they have, I think much of their focus will be shifted to the European tournaments to do like Roma did last season, because they know that it means a lot to the fans. So 8th position for Fiorentina. Conference League for Atalanta. Now, Atalanta are known for getting in the Champions League, but unfortunately, their cycle has ended. You can tell from how the players play that they fed up with Gasperini. They're tired of Gasperini. They've been having Gasperini for quite a long while, and it's completely normal for these players to kind of not want him anymore. I think this season, clip this, Gasperini will be sacked because the players will go against him and therefore will not perform well, and the Atalanta board will sack him. The only reason, and listen to this, of why I put Atalanta in front of Fiorentina and therefore in the Conference League is because they only have the Serie A to focus on and 0 European Cups. Therefore, they can give it all on the Serie A, focus on the Serie A, all their energies on the Serie A. The players have got talent. They just bought Ademola Lookman from Leicester. They are gonna be good. But the cycle has ended, and that is why Atalanta, as much as they could, will not point higher than Conference League this season. 6th position and therefore Europa League for Lazio. A lot of big signings. They bought Casale from Verona. They bought Romagnoli, ex-Roma player, always declared his love for Lazio. Fuck you. They just bought him in defense. They bought a lot of players. They are building a new team. But I think it all depends on Milinkovic-Savic. Milinkovic-Savic has got links with Juventus, with Manchester United. He's clearly their biggest player. The reason why Immobile scores the goals he scores is because of Milinkovic-Savic. I think Lazio are a good team, but they just lack experience in getting top positions, and I also think they've got Europa League to think on, so I think much of their focus will be split upon the Europa League and the Serie A. It's going to be a good season, but an average season. Europa League for Lazio for me, and it all depends on Milinkovic. 5th position for Napoli, despite losing Insigne, Mertens, Koulibaly to Chelsea, and being very close in buying Kepa from Chelsea in goal. I think Napoli still have more experience than Lazio to get before them. Napoli has still got good players. Look at Kvaratskhelia from Georgia. Look at Osimhen. They have got top quality players which will drag this team. However, what Roma is building and what AC Milan are building and what Juventus are building and what Inter Milan are building unfortunately suggests to me that Napoli this season will not go higher than Europa League, which, if you see the dynamics of the transfer market, I think should be a massive reward for the team. 5th position for Napoli, and therefore Europa League for them. 4th position, everyone expects me to go with Roma. Call me crazy, I've gone with AC Milan. Last season, everyone underrated them, and they took us from surprise and won the league. This season, everyone expects Milan to do great again, to win the league again, and that is why they will not. 4th position for Milan. They've got good players. Leao, Giroud. They just bought Charles de Ketelaere from Belgium, ex-Bruges player. They have got the talent. They're one step away from buying Touré from Tottenham. But I think in a period of time where everyone expects a lot from them, they will not surprise. They've got Champions League this season, and I think now that they won the league, they're going to shift a lot of attention and energies on the Champions League. 4th position for Milan. 3rd position, Roma. Tammy, Zaniolo, Pellegrini, Dybala, Gini Wijnaldum, Spinazzola, Smalling, a few other top quality signings, Mourinho on the bench, automatically means top 3 for me. The mentality Mourinho has established in this team, the empathy he has established is impressive. Roma want to surprise everyone, and I think they're going to be the dark horses of this season, and they've done so. They are the dark horses of the transfer market. Look at the players they bought, and the good thing is that they only spent 7 million in buying all of these good players. Roma will surprise us. You know, Mourinho knows that this city, these fans, this club needs something big. And after winning the Conference League and therefore entering the season with such good energies, I think Roma can point high. And I think the biggest objectives are top 4 in the Serie A and going as far as possible in the Europa League. Dark horses are gonna be Roma. 2nd position, I've gone with Juventus. It surely is a meme that they spent a lot of money on Pogba, comes and then gets injured, and now it's a complete chaos because he doesn't want to get surgery because he's worried to miss the World Cup, and therefore Allegri's mad at him and all of this. Chaos. They bought Bremer in defense after Chiellini left. They bought Di Maria, who will bring a lot of experience, a lot of skills, a lot of winning mentality in that team, which is something which they lack and have lacked in the last couple of seasons. But I think Inter Milan are just better than them. Lukaku, Barella, Lautaro Martinez, Skriniar in defense, De Vrij. They've got amazing players, and apparently they're planning to buy even more in these last weeks of the transfer market. Inter Milan for me are champions of Italy because they don't miss anything. Defense is complete, Onana in goal, midfielder is complete, attack is complete. Juventus are a good team, I think they'll get 2nd, but injured players. Chiesa's gonna come after the World Cup. Vlahovic is good, but if he doesn't have the Chiesa support, Dybala's gone. It's not looking great, but they'll still get 2nd. Champions of Italy 2022, 2023 for me, or Inter Milan with Lukaku back in the team. He knows how to make the black and blue side of Milan win again after the last season that the red and black side won. Now they need revenge, and they will take revenge. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button. Let's try and get 5,000 subscribers by the start of the season. It would be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support, and also don't forget to smash the like button in this video, and don't forget to share the link of this video with your families and friends. Turn bell notifications on and follow me on Instagram over at Simon_ASR_ and on TikTok over at AS Roma Theory, and I'll catch you soon. Roma third, up the boys. What a season it will be. Simon.